YouTube? This is GSmaniamsmart, and I'm here on a brand new video for Gaming with GS. And today we're on Guild Wars 2. The background footage, you will be seeing me playing some PvP on my Ellie. I haven't played much PvP this season. I've been grinding it out with my friend, which you also see in the footage. We play PvP a lot together, just to get these Ascended Shards of Glory, so I can get the Ascended gear for my Guardian, which I'm very close to getting done. All I need is just a chest piece, and I have to wait for the next PvP season to start because I don't have enough Ascended shards. So I'm still stuck in Bronze, but quite frankly, I haven't really PvP'd that much as some other people have. But today we do have some news about the next release of Season 3, Episode 4 of The Living World. Apparently, Mike O'Brien did leave a statement today saying that they are finishing up Episode 4 of Season 3, and it's going to be launching in February. Now, a lot of people have been speculating that the episode will be launching the day that the PvP season ends, and the PvP season ends on February 7th, which I believe is a Tuesday, and it is a Tuesday. So most likely, when that PvP season ends, the Episode 4 will also be released. Now, where on Earth, or I should say where on Tyria, we would be going, I have no idea. No one has any clues. Someone says we're going to the Crystal Desert. Some people say we're going to the Isles of Janthier. Other people say we're going further north in Shiver Peaks. We have no idea where we're going. We could be going anywhere, really. So it's going to be exciting to see where we're going. So we're going to have to just wait and see. Probably there will be a trailer next week. Most likely, ArenaNet usually brings a trailer out a week prior to the release. So whenever you see a trailer, you know the release for Episode 4 will be coming within that week. So hopefully we get a trailer on Tuesday. I'd love to see what map we go to. I think a lot of people will be hyped about that. So that's coming February. No exact date yet, but speculation, and my best guess says February 7th. Now, along with this, they also brought up a lot of other news regarding some of the other elements of the game, including Auric Basin Multiloot. Now, I've been saying this for a long time now in several videos that eventually they're going to fix the Auric Basin Multiloot system. You know how you can go into Auric Basin and come in the very last second, or you can come when the event is even over, and just collect chests and join a bunch of other maps to get those chests? Well, they are now fixing that. Oh, it's deemed to be a quote-unquote fix. And now you will only be able to do one map, collect all the chests, and it's an account-wide thing. So you can't switch characters anymore. You can go to different maps and collect all the chests. So a lot of people are saying this is a good thing because too many people were doing Auric Basin just and weren't doing anything else. Other people are saying this is a terrible thing because there was a culture around that. A lot of people got together doing that. A lot of people met their friends, met guildies doing that. And it was just sort of the thing to do to get easy gold. And I am no exception. I'll tell you, if I needed some quick gold, I did Auric Basin. Auric Basin was literally the best way to get gold, unless you weren't a master legend at playing the trading post, or unless you weren't sitting on mountains of cash to convert to gold. Then you were basically doing Auric Basin, which was the best way to make gold. So they are fixing that now, and that won't be valid anymore. You won't be able to map hop anymore. So that is sad, sort of, and it is kind of, disappointing a little bit that we won't be able to do that anymore. However, they are bringing something new into the game, which I'll get to in just a second. Some people are saying that Silver Waste may be back in business now. Silver Waste used to be the thing that everyone did, the Silver Waste chest farm. And once Auric Basin came out, Silver Waste was still profitable, but Auric Basin was much more profitable than Silver Waste. So Silver Waste might be back in business now. We might be seeing a lot more Silver Waste farms and a lot more chest farming. One thing that I thought about while thinking about, what will players do now that Auric Basin is gone, maybe we can actually start a Bitterfrost Frontier farm. I mean, there are some pretty good ways that you can, get a commander and run through Bitterfrost Frontier and open all these chests. All you need is a torch, and you can open tons and tons and tons of chests. And you can do events along the way. If you complete the meta, more chests become open. So maybe that can become a thing. You know, early on when Bitterfrost Frontier was released, there were a few commanders doing that train where they, you know, had a bunch of people following them and they all opened the frozen chests. And the cool thing is you don't need a key for that. So for several ways, you need a key and you need shovels. For Bitterfrost Frontier, you don't really need any keys. You don't need any shovels. All you need is a torch, really, that you can pick up at every brazier. So I feel like Bitterfrost Frontier could be a really good farm. I just haven't seen it been that popular. I haven't seen many people do it. So maybe that can become a thing. But who knows what will become the next big thing. One of the things that will become the next big thing is the new, quote unquote, new challenging group farming spot for leather. That's right, for leather. Something that people have been complaining about for so often now, for so long, is that leather prices are super high, like ridiculously high. Some leather is selling for 20, 30 silver almost, and it's ridiculous. So apparently they are bringing a new group farming spot to farm for leather. Now, whether this is going to be part of the new map, whether it may be a mastery, I saw one person saying that it might be a type of skinning mastery. That would be really awesome. Like if we had a mastery that focused on skinning animals for leather, that would be so cool. But I highly doubt they're going to do that. What it's probably going to be is most likely, you know, farming some champions, or maybe it could be something along the lines of opening chests. I mean, every map they've had this thing where a currency is rewarded through opening some sort of chest or through farming some type of node in every map. Maybe they will introduce a chest that gives leather. Maybe they will introduce a champ farm that gives leather. Maybe they will introduce some new item that salvages only into leather. Maybe they'll give us some new nodes. A lot of people wanted some type of leather and cloth nodes. You know, cloth is something that's very difficult to come by as well. Silk scraps are difficult to come by. Not silk scraps, I want to talk about linen scraps. Silk scraps are easy to come by. Linen scraps are difficult to come by. I think cotton or wool are also kind of difficult. I think cotton is more difficult than wool. So it'll be really cool if they added some nodes for cotton, for wool, for the different scraps, and for leather. That would be really awesome. So maybe they'll add some new nodes. I've always wanted that. People have always been wanting that as well. So, but I highly doubt it. I think it's most likely going to be some type of train, some type of farming for killing enemies. And some people have been criticizing it that instead of adding a farming spot for leather, they should be actually undoing the change that caused this problem at the very beginning. If you're not familiar with the problem, before one of the updates that happened earlier last year, I believe, they changed some of the recipes in Ascended Crafting, which basically allowed leather to be another sink. Leather was very, very cheap last year. In fact, in some of my older videos, you may see me even destroying leather. Like, leather was so low that you couldn't even sell it anymore. Especially tier 6 leather. Like, everyone had that, and it was so cheap that people just threw it away, including me. So, in some of my older videos, you might see me, you know, destroy leather or not even be able to sell it. And what they did is they wanted to fix that by including 2 new leather sinks. And that was requiring 4 needed to refine instead of 3 to the next tier. And they required damask patches to need leather as well. Now, this is what caused leather to be so expensive now. So it did fix the problem with it being undervalued and super cheap, but now it's super expensive. So it kind of brought up another problem while solving another problem, so it didn't really fix anything. So some people are suggesting they should rather, you know, take one of the sinks out or reduce the amount of leather that's needed. And then they're not really doing that. They're just bringing a new farming spot. Maybe that's a way to introduce new content. Maybe they're trying to kill two birds with one stone. You know, introduce new content and then fix the leather problem. But I think it would have been a much better decision to just, you know, take some of the leather sinks out or reduce some of the recipes or change some of the recipes. That would have been easier, I think. But then again, I don't have a problem with the farm. I love farms. I love, you know, going on champ farms, going through different node farms. It gives me something to do. It gives me an extra thing to do on my daily list. So I don't really mind it. I don't really care if they change the recipes or they give us a way to farm it. I'm fine with either. Now, interestingly enough, and it's not a surprise, you obviously will expect this when news releases on leather, when news releases on Auric Basin being nerfed, people are going to look at the market, people are going to look at the trading posts and look at those materials that you get from those things and obviously invest in them or make decisions based off of that. That's exactly what happened. If you take a look at the charts right now for leather and ectoplasm, there's a lot of fluctuation. There's a huge drop in leather. Prices are actually decreasing already because people are selling their leather knowingly that leather will become cheaper, so they're trying to get rid of it and make the most profit out of it. People are also buying lots of ectos because ectos are going to go back higher in price since Auric Basin will now be nerfed, and you won't be able to get as much ectoplasm as you would if you could basically loot every single instance of that map. So ectoplasm and leather prices are fluctuating, and it's not a surprise. We'll have to see how much of an impact this farm has on leather, how much of an impact the nerf to Auric Basin has an impact on the ectoplasm. Right now, people are just making wise decisions based off of this post from the ArenaNet developers. Now, the other thing that we got was that no legendary armor will be coming for Episode 4 in Living World Season 3. However, they did say that it may come for Episode 5. So if we think about it, February, Episode 4 is coming out, and they're most likely going to have another episode, probably February, March, April. I think Super Adventure Box is going to come April. So they're probably going to release Living World after Super Adventure Box, maybe in May, I would say. I think May will be when the next Episode 5 comes out. And I think then is where they may release Legendary Armor. They say they might release Legendary Armor with Episode 5. So we might see Legendary Armor come in May or late April. Now, with this being said, people are also wondering, will there be a new raid? Will there be no new raid before Episode 5? It's been quite a long time since we've had the last raid. So that's interesting, and whether they're going to come out with a new raid before that, whether they're going to wait to Episode 5 or after that, once again, no one knows. But I do know some people who love raiding are curious when the next raid comes out because it's been a while since we got the last raid, and I'm curious too now. I've gotten into raiding a bit, and I would definitely love to see a new raid come out to see if I'm good enough to play the raid. So maybe there won't be a new raid until Episode 5. Maybe there won't be a new raid until after Episode 5. But they didn't talk about anything about a raid, so it's definitely not going to come out for Episode 4 for sure. There's also not going to be any skill balance updates, so no skill changes, no PvP skill balancing, no versus world skill balancing, no PvE skill balancing, none of that. A few people are upset about that. Personally, I don't really care that much for it. And we do have a update on PvP leaderboards as well. Apparently, leaderboards are going to be changed in a way that you have to now play a minimum amount of games to stay on the leaderboards. So if you're familiar with the rank system, if you don't play ranked for a certain amount of time, you start to decay. So you can't just get to gold or platinum or legendary and then be like, okay, I got my rank, I'm done playing, and never play again. You will decay in rank and you will slowly get to bronze again. That's partially the reason why I'm stuck in bronze, because I don't play on a regular basis PvP, and I got to high silver and then I didn't play for like a week, and now I'm all the way back to bronze again. So similarly, the ranked system will also now have some type of decay, and it will also require you to have a minimum amount of games played to actually be on the leaderboards, so that people can't just, play a few games, have a really high score, and then lock themselves in the leaderboards. So that is being addressed as well. And will we get a new current event? That is a question I have. That's a question a lot of people have. If you didn't know, there have been several people trying to figure out what the current event with the portal devices is. We do still have one of these portal devices in our inventory, or you should have. If you don't, you probably have to get it again. But the last portal event that we had, the current event, we got another device and no one knows what to do with it. Will they be adding a new portal current event to use this item? Will the story in the current event sequence continue? Will we get some more information on that? Will we get a continued story on that? No one knows, but it would make sense, and I hope they do. I hope they do release a current event with it, because I'm waiting for it, and a lot of people are waiting for it too. But then again, they may just keep that for the week or the 2 weeks after the release of the episode. We do know that in between episodes, they like to do current events, so maybe they won't even have it for episode 4. Maybe they'll have it 2 weeks after that. But who knows? This is just all speculation and me guessing. And that's pretty much everything that they released today for the news. This was everything that Mike O'Brien released. This is everything that the PvP team talked about. I just wanted to give you a quick summary of it, give you my thoughts of it, give you my impressions, give you my speculation. And, you know, I also love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are your speculations? What are your opinions? Where do you think we're going to go for episode 4? Now, what are your opinions on Auric Basin nerf? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you hate it? Do you wish they wouldn't have done it? Did you think it was going to come later? Some people thought they were really surprised that they actually made the nerf right now. They thought it was going to come later in the year. But I knew it was coming sooner or later. Yeah, I told my friend that, hey, you better do Auric Basin a lot of times because it's going to get nerfed. And today I was on a Skype call with him. I told him, do Auric Basin as much as you can because Auric Basin is getting nerfed. So, yeah, just be aware about that. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to go for this video. A quick note, some of you have been asking me to do a video on combos and finishers. Now, I would love to do a video on that, on combos and finishers, but there are already a lot of videos and a lot of posts on Reddit explaining how combos and finishers work. So for those of you who are asking me to do a video on combos and finishers, I'm going to direct you to a few videos that I found very helpful, very informative, that I think are very well done. But if you look in the description, there are a few videos that I've linked there that explain combos and finishers. So if you're someone who's been wanting a combos and finishers type of video, you'll be able to see it from some other members of the community. I'd recommend you to check those videos out because they are very well done. And I don't feel like it's necessary for me to make a video about it if there are already other people who have a video on it and it's already very well explained. I feel like it would just be, you know, a video that will basically explain the exact same thing and won't rank very high anyway because there are already some other very good explanations on it. So look in the description if you're interested in that. And I think those are all the announcements I have. I'm thinking... Yes, I think that's all the announcements I have. We will be having the next episode of Don't Starve Let's Play coming sometime this weekend or maybe Monday. I'm not quite sure yet. Most likely sometime this weekend though. Probably Sunday or maybe Monday. One of those two. And I think we're also going to be doing a giveaway in February. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel because February we'll be having another giveaway. I'm not exactly sure what I'm giving away yet. I think we're gonna try to go for a Valentine's Day giveaway, and they probably have some Valentine's gem store items, so I might give away some of those. I might give away some gold, obviously, and you know, some other cool stuff. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button on the bottom of the video. Some people say that helps to stay notified. I have no idea if it does, but you can do so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching as always, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you did, go ahead and leave a like at the bottom. I really appreciate it. And if you want to talk about anything in today's video, any questions, any comments, any opinions, any speculations, anything that I messed up on, then leave a comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 discussion videos on the channel. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 guides, different gold guides, different guides for new players, veteran players, tips and tricks videos, patch summaries, speculation videos, lots of cool Guild Wars 2 content on our channel, other gaming content on the channel as well. And if you're interested in subscribing to the tutorials channel, the advice channel, the music channel, or the vlogging channel, click the links in the description and the cards on the end screen, and it'll bring you to that page, and you can go and check those out as well. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching as always, guys, and this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner you think. Don't go anywhere.